in our lives together. So let's take a moment in prayer as we set the tone for our time together, recognizing that if there is indeed a job in life, it is to live this thing called life well. And so we come together this afternoon in that recognition of Deborah's life lived well, lived passionately, vibrant, intentional. And so I affirm for each one of us here this afternoon an experience, a tangible, indelible experience of not only Deborah's light, but the one light, that infinite light, that infinite urge to come from the unseen realm, the invisible realm, into form, to live life fully and freely. That power and that presence, which creates all life in, as, and through each one of us here, as it has in, as, and through Deborah. Let us have an experience of that here together this afternoon. As we open hearts and minds to that divine presence, that unconditionally loving presence, an intelligence that uplifts and inspires and continues to create life in, as, and through all.
Come home, come home. You're welcome in your heart. One for sounds and sights to see, chanted by this place, surrounded by the sunlit clouds of a bright blue sky. Finally, oh finally, I found my secret garden. In this sacred place, I heard my heart tenderly whisper to me, come home, come home. You're welcome in your heart. Come home, come home. You're welcome in your heart. So if you hear a still small voice calling you, come to your heart. Go there, open its doors, and find all that's within. You will know when you have found that glorious place of joy, with treasures and angels all around, and you will hear them say, if you can remember how this goes, sing it with me. Come home, come home. You're welcome in your heart. Come home, come home. You're welcome in your heart. Come home, come home. You're your heart.
Beautiful.
Good afternoon. It's unusual for someone like me to be doing the eulogy, but I couldn't figure out how to get down on everything that I wanted to hear or have said to someone else.
Hmm.
I want you to close your eyes or just open yourself to imagining for a moment 28-year-old male driving to Ventura County, California, on his way to a job interview. He received a call a week before from a fellow that he had worked with who got promoted to be an executive director for an agency. He called me and said, "I'd like you to be my director of planning. Can you come up so we can talk?"
Mm.
Well, I already knew that in addition to that person, there were two other fellows that I knew at the agency. One I went to graduate school with, and the other one I worked with in Los Angeles, who had followed executive director. So it was a room that was sort of laid out like this. The reception desk was back here where Dermot and Joey were sitting, and there's a long line of glass like this where I parked the car. And I walked along that line, along this back line, came in the front door. And by the time I got to the reception desk, these three fellows were standing there ready to greet me, but they're starting to extend their hands to shake my hand. And all of a sudden, between two of the guys, this hand comes forward and says, "Hi." And that, in those days, it was, "I'm Betty Carter." If Deborah was telling that story, she would say that she looked up from her desk, saw this man walking along the window, and she was levitated out of the chair.
Wow.
And when she got into the lobby, she didn't see anyone but that man. And stuck out her hand and introduced herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that was July 5th, 1978. I was still married, in a marriage that was falling apart at the time. In fact, I was taking a few days away to sort things out, and job interview, you have to be part of that. And I went back home, one thing led to another, I did get the job, marriage went into separation, then I found out I was going to be her boss.
Oh.
And she will say, I found out he was going to be my boss and figured, well, nuts to that. Well, that lasted until February, actually January, when we had our first date. And she wasn't feeling well, so instead of going out dancing as we planned, she decided that I should come for dinner. And that's when I had the job interview. Understand? So about 4.5 hours later, she said, "Okay, the guest bedroom's over there. I'll see you in the morning." But I did get the job. and we became a committed couple in February of 79. So we were together a little bit over 45 years. And I wanted to read this because I think it describes best what Deborah would say her thoughts and feelings were and are, and what mine are. It's from the John Legend song. Where he says, "My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy, and I'm out of my mind. Because all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections when you're talking to you. Give you all of me, I'll give you all. Give your all to me, excuse me, I'll give my all to you. You are my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. Because I give you all of me. You give me all of me." Now, Deborah was much more than my wife. A lot of you know her from the work experiences with her over a lot of years. 22, 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere Deborah was, she made a difference. She had a job in the 1980s, where she was basically third in command of the hospital system. And she had an episode, she was lupus and had to stop working. And we were at a Laker game one night. We had Donald talking to the guy sitting next to us and whatever, and as we were walking out, we noticed a group of doctors that were from the hospital that she used to work for. And they saw her and said, Deborah. And we went down and talked to him and he said, do you know what's going on up there? And this is in Emory. Do you know what's going on out there? We always knew when we talked to you, we'd get the truth. And so I know that there are people in here related to the various projects. We just kind of raise your hand. So she worked with the Suncoast Nursing Action Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
In that year. You might know this. They didn't write it out, but they got this. For all ages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uplift. Now, she didn't work for the day, but she loved it. She loved it. And have any of these locals driven around now? Yeah. Raise your hands. In early 2014, Deborah Jacobs asked Deborah to do a little research on roundabouts.
Right.
Because the planning commission was going to do a review and they wanted some background information. So she spent about 2 weeks to report, and we've had a lot of roundabouts.
Yeah. I sure have.
A couple on Executive now, I think they just did that, and a couple more going in here. Have you ever had to step down from her position, which she did? Which, if you asked her how her work was, she would have said, it's like I died with the work ethic. She loved the job, she loved the people, she loved the vision of the foundation. And one of her colleagues wrote this, Deborah, to those who have the privilege of knowing you and working with you, you are a passion and a possibilitarian.
Yep.
With the strong drive and skill to transform aspirations into action. Creating something from nothing is never an easy endeavor. Yet you seamlessly assume the role and responsibilities of working with people and organizations to do just that. Beyond the work you have accomplished with TPF, that's the Patterson Foundation, and beyond, you are worthy of praise and admiration for the way you conduct yourself in your professional and personal life with grace, sophistication, and passion. Uplift would not be what it is and where it is without your vision, energy, and unwavering support. Thank you. The work you have done for Uplift from the beginning of this organization, although your active participation will sunset, the seedlings of your ideas will continue to sprout and blossom, and we are because I've been in contact with the people that are continuing the effort. She finishes, Deborah, as a young woman still young in my career and eager to learn, it's been a pleasure to work with you and learn from you and to have you give me countless opportunities to evolve and do new things. With appreciation and profound admiration, your roots. So, and Kiara is the shining star. You keep that name in the back of your mind. And many of you I know have asked Deborah for advice at different times. You got some sort of response or in the form of a question, which was, well, what do you want to do? What would you like to see? How would you like to see that unfold? And I think it was the day after, or 2 days after she passed, I picked up the newsletter that I get. And the president of the organization wrote a page, whatever, and said, here's the 3 secrets. And damn it, the first one was live with intention.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still carry that with me. So, thank you, Gary, because that's the gift that she's given us all. And she was an example to us all. We know that she was laser focused on the direction, and she would gather the information to make things happen and bring people along with her. She was great at that. He was very good at Swamp Sawyer, Huck Finn, that got everybody else painting the fence, but that was definitely different in all that she did. So we had a wonderful life together. Can't imagine ever forgetting that life, forgetting her. And I appreciate all of you for what you have been in her life. I used to hear about all of you if you worked with her, or if you played with you, or whatever. Your friends here have known her longer than I have. And David over here, back 1970. Yeah, 70. Yeah. I mean, I was away from her, I was 78. So, anyway, just leave, Teresa's gonna, oh, I'm gonna say one other thing. It's 3 pictures.
Yeah.
So obviously she's playful. Although David said, I should have shaved before we took the picture. This picture is actually on the cover of a book that Nancy Henry and Deborah Bates put together. As photos and testimonials from her 10 years at the Patterson Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
This picture was taken a year ago today. After she had her second chemo treatment. And the beautiful scarf is hiding the fact that about half.
Hmm.
But you can see even in that, she looked good, damn it. So, and one last thing that we're going to end with a song from my dear friends Frank and Diana, which I would say could be Deborah's anthem, and after that we'll have a standing ovation. My dear friend.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave us direction, and she kept us moving. And we became very, very good friends. And I miss Deborah dearly. I miss our conversations about anything and everything. To give each other advice, to share thoughts and ideas. And when she wanted me to visit her in the hospital after her surgery, I noticed how strong and how hopeful that she was. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure I can do that, but she was that strong person. And I visited her in her home with a meal, and she was so glad we were there. And it was just a love and a friendship that I will always cherish and always remember her, as you all have said. She's a beautiful person, inside and outside. And Deborah, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
What would I do if I were brave? What would I do if I were brave? What would I do if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen the voice of you, the voice of courage, whisper in my ear. Maybe this is what I hear. I am brave.
way. What step will we take? Today we are brave. What will I do? I am brave. What will I do? I am brave. What will I do? I am brave. What will I do today? I am brave.
Never use her gifts to create a better world. Deborah was brave. I invite each one of you now to stand up in celebration of Deborah's life and give her a standing ovation.